The helicopter. I question where the hell in a post-apocalyptic setting one finds their own personal helicopter, armed to the teeth no less, but whatever. They attempt to fire on Ben Boxer's battle plate, but are easily annihilated in response. We cut to a bunker where we meet our glam rock star Commandi standing over the dying body of a guy named Victor. You hear that, Victor? Something bad going on topside. It's the Canadians, Commandi. After the sickness, there was a war. The lousy Canadians invaded.
Canada, our mortal enemy.
It can't be the Canadians, Victor. That was 40 years ago. Ah, yes, the Amero-Canadian Wars. I'm still not on speaking terms with Phalis.
Yes, you are. It's just in your last video.
Shut up, Phalis. Mother says Canada is a night zone now. Canada would later be renamed Casino, and thus Casino Night Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was born. Fixer wants to get up to fix the pumps because thousands of people will die without them, but Commandi says he'll take care of it. Later, we see that Commandi was just humoring him because there's no one else alive. Fixer's in bad shape. His mind's going too. He should know there's nobody left down here. And my mind's in perfectly good shape. That's why I'm talking to myself out loud. All my brothers and sisters, all the people I can remember from when I was just a little kid. Oh, God. If it wasn't for Fixer and Mother and Carol, I wouldn't have anybody. Fixer taught me everything he knows. I can repair a fusion pump with my eyes closed, and Mother taught me everything about computers. Anyway, audience, I'm glad we had this talk. Commandi gets a call on his communicator from Mother, a computer that helps maintain the bunker. He gets called back, the computer telling him not to worry about fixing the pump just yet. Mother's acting so strange lately. Something's bothering her, I can tell. She keeps talking about some guy who tried to hurt her. 50 years ago. You're the only one that understands me, purple hover car. Commandi arrives and takes a seat. You are a good boy. You have always obeyed me, and as I have never regretted adopting you as my son, now at last the time of your manhood has arrived. Great, Mom! I've been practicing! I can punch really hard now while declaring that I'm a man! Mother tells him that he has to leave the bunker and go into the upper world, since she's discovered the man responsible for the second apocalypse, and he has to hunt him down. Commandi won't hear it, though, acting like a petulant child and just demanding to speak to Carol. What can I do? I'm afraid to go outside. Please let me talk to Carol. Our hero, a neurotic glam rock singer who talks to himself and has the social awareness of an 8-year-old. Naughty boy, you displease me. You haven't heard a word I said, have you? Carol, I want to see Carol. All right, you've worked hard today. You may have Carol. We'll talk later about this. And the lesson is, whine over and over and over, and you'll eventually get your way. So Commandi goes into his holodeck, at least I think it's a holodeck. There's no transition to him just suddenly being on a beach, so that's the nearest I can figure. And like any person who would have a holodeck, he uses it for sex. Yes, Carol is a hologram, or at least a computer program, who wants to have sex with him. So just to reiterate, our hero turns down trying to bring justice to the guy who annihilated the Earth so he can have virtual sex. He gets more appealing by the panel. Do you want me to take off my clothes now? That is traditionally how one has sex, but then again, given Commandi's psychosis, sex could just mean styling your hair for 3 hours. Carol takes off her top when an alarm starts sounding. It's the boom alarm! It detected potential nudity! Commandi says there's an air leak in the sector near Fixer's location, so he speeds over to get to it, since the air from outside the bunker is apparently full of disease. Uh-oh, something smells funny, like rotting meat, like grabbers. Wait, never mind, it's Monday. It's Mother's night to cook dinner. Actually, the grabbers are large green pig mutant things. And while they wear no clothes, they apparently do strongly believe in nose and ear piercing, along with spiked bracelets. They may be nudists, but damn it, they have a style to maintain. Fixer tells Commandi to shoot them, which he promptly does. One more of those sinister puppies. God, to think they used to be men. Now they're vicious cannibals who think men are food. as opposed to the cannibals who don't think men are food? Oh, I was wrong. One of the grabbers is wearing a thong. Modesty is very important when you're a vicious cannibal thing that can't speak except in grunts. Fixer dies of injuries inflicted on him by the grabbers. Crazy old man! You crazy old man! I love you, Fixer! You're the best there ever was! You're the best around! Don't ever keep you down! Somehow, knowing that there are more grabbers, Kamani pulls a chain gun out of his ass, which naturally has 2 additional miniguns beneath it, why wouldn't it, and blasts them away. He resumes his narration to himself about how the grabbers once got in and killed hundreds. He blows some more away and then looks at the airlock where they got in. Mother should have alerted me. She monitors everything. Why didn't she kick in the emergency sealing system? Great, I take 5 minutes to have virtual sex and Windows 2101 crashes. Kamandi contacts Mother, who states that she did indeed open the airlock so that he could begin his quest by putting him in a situation where he could have potentially gotten killed. Wait, what? Kamandi says he isn't going anywhere. I want to talk to Carol. She understands me. I'm going to go to my room and write poetry and listen to my Nickelback CDs. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Carol talks to him and tells him that Mother intends to force the matter, filling the area with poison gas to force him onto the surface. Carol gives him a bag of supplies and he makes his way out. Poor Kamandi, you have never touched your naked feet to green grass and gazed up at the blue sky, except in the simulated realities of Mother. Now comes the hour of your second birth, forcibly ejected from the technological womb that has sustained you for all your 17 years. Look, Carol, this would go a lot faster if you stopped your melodramatic narration. He crawls out of the bunker as Mother tells him that after he finds the evil man, everything will be right again. Kamandi emerges right where there are a bunch of flaming cars and piles of bodies. The flaming cars are actually what impressed me most. Based on Kamandi's age and the fact that he never experienced life on the surface, we can reasonably surmise that the great disaster occurred at least 17 years ago, and yet those cars are still burning after all this time. And if they were lit on fire recently, then abstract expressionist artwork has probably taken over in the intervening time, considering they've been posed on little hills and all. Then Boxer detects a life sign emerging from the bunker, which he says is surprising considering no one is supposed to emerge from it for another 50 years. Kamandi has settled down surprisingly quickly about his situation, especially with the piles of skulls and whatnot all around him. Mother instructs him to go to Arizona and kill the man responsible for the destruction of the world. She supplied him with a map, and we learn that he's in New York. So, let's see, about 2,457 miles from Arizona on foot. Let's be generous and give him 4 miles an hour, but also the fact that he doesn't know exactly where he's going. He also has to stop for eating, sleeping, and going to the bathroom. Oh, he should get there in about a month if he's lucky. Oh, and what's better, he doesn't go straight to his task. He kind of wanders around the city first. This must be Fifth Avenue. I know because I've seen it 1,000 times in Mother's movie data bank. So, it's totally not a plot hole that I know my way around. I just thought I should yell that out for no reason. A whole city full of stuff. I could just take anything I want. Even though pearl necklaces hold no intrinsic value to me since I spent all my life in a bunker without an economic system in place. However, the pearl necklace must have value to mutant people with huge teeth since one grabs the necklace and blows up the storefront. The mutants run to get to Chapa, shooting things along the way. However, Kamandi is aided by another person with bizarre-looking guns on a motorcycle. He tells Kamandi to get on the bike, which also has about 10 headlights too many, maybe it's a weapon to blind things, I don't know, and says his name is Sleeper Zom. The bike can outrun the helicopter because, as Zom says, it's hell fast.
Prepare ship for electric speed.
Zom figures that Kamandi must be from the bunker because your skin's all white like a worm. Were black people not allowed in the bunker? bunkers, or were there no white people left on the surface?